Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Drew Deeks channel here. Some Montreal Canadiens news to pass along your way. The Canadiens sign to a one-year deal forward Corey Perry to a $750,000 contract. This is going to be treated kind of like a breaking news segment, guys. Marc Bergevin has now done it to me twice, breaking a trade or a signing right before I have to go into work. Also did it with Tyler Toffoli, so you'll see that video on my channel as well. But man, just when you thought Bergevin was done, he's not. And we all saw Michael Frolik being signed last week, another depth addition to the Canadiens. And then, of course, again, another nice depth addition with Corey Perry coming in. Corey Perry, 35 years old, 6'3", 205 pounds, 1,045 games or so in the NHL thus far. And my goodness, Corey Perry has not disappointed, just coming off a great Stanley Cup run with Dallas, going all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. And of course, Perry is a Stanley Cup champion with the Anaheim Ducks in 2007. Also a two-time gold medal winner with Team Canada. Going to be reunited with Canadian teammates Shea Weber and Carey Price while joining the Canadiens here. You have to like this move. There's nothing not to like about it. Let's also talk about Corey Perry's career production, though. 377 goals, 420 assists for a total of 797 points in about 1,045 games. Not bad, but the reason I think, part of the biggest reason I think that the Canadiens did this move is because they really believe that they're going on a run this year. The Canadiens do believe that they have a chance to make a run at a Stanley Cup this year. I'm even saying that right now. I don't know if I fully believe that yet. On paper, they do look very good right now, I would say. This is the best they've looked. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. This is the best they've looked on paper. But until we see the product on the ice, we're not going to jump to any crazy conclusions. But am I hopeful? Definitely. Definitely can see them winning this Canadian division, or the North Division, whatever you want to call it. The reason I think the Canadiens believe that they're going to go on a Stanley Cup run, or at least a solid playoff run, is because they brought in a player like Corey Perry who has 145 games of playoff experience, 41 goals, 57 assists, totaling 98 points in those games. So that's one of the bigger reasons I believe they're going to bring Perry on, is to be a solid player for the Canadiens down the stretch when they go into the playoffs, assuming that they make it. It's going to be pretty neat to see Corey Perry don the blue, blanc, and rouge. I don't know, man. This is a fun signing. When I looked at Toronto and some of the signings that they made with Wayne Simmons and Joe Thornton, I thought those are pretty decent veteran forward moves that they could use. And now the Canadiens have done the same, adding Corey Perry, adding Michael Frolik. And let's quickly talk about Michael Frolik. At first, I was kind of bummed that I didn't make a Michael Frolik signing video because I just didn't have the time over the Christmas holidays here, but I'm kind of glad I waited because now we can talk about Corey Perry and Frolik being added into this list of depth for the Canadiens going into the 2021 season. And Frolik, his best years came in Calgary. Majority of his career were played with Calgary, and he just came from the Buffalo Sabres. Not a huge point production guy, not really known for that, but more of a forward depth guy. Kind of reminds me maybe of, like a signing like Travis Moen, someone who's not going to put up a ton of points, but has experience, is going to play hard, and is going to be able to fill in a depth role on a third or fourth line role whenever the Canadiens need him, whenever injuries happen. So really, these two signings for the Canadiens are definitely nice moves and just insulate this lineup even more. That's a huge word for this team this year, is to insulate this lineup. And what I'm really looking for also this year, just to add this in, is the emergence again of Jonathan Drouin. I really think this is the year that there's absolutely zero, and I mean zero, excuses left for Jonathan Drouin to show who he really is and to prove that he is the talent and the player that they thought he was when they traded him for Mikhail Sergachev. That's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. Corey Perry is a Montreal Canadien. I love it. It's a fun one. It's a fun signing, and who knows? I mean, you never know what's going to happen in this crazy year, this crazy season, the North Division. I have a feeling the Canadiens are a little bit closer to going for their 25th one of these.